Good morning once again. Welcome back to K24 Alpha GV. This is Rise and Shine. And as always, this is what we do every single morning from 6:30 to 7 in the morning. And today, I'm joined by Alice Wang'ombe, who's an author. Welcome to K24 Alpha GV.
Thank you.
We are so happy to have you. And you look cold.
Oh, yes.
Is it that cold?
Yes, it's out. It's
Come
cold.
on.
Yeah.
I'm freezing and shining.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. And today we're going to be discussing your book, Before
He Comes.
He Comes.
Yes.
I love the title.
All right, thank you.
Tell us about that title, though.
It's a book written by a mother to her daughter.
Yeah.
So it's basically advising a young girl how to conduct her life before the man comes. Because, you know, the way you don't want to wake up and realize, oh, I wish I had done my life this way.
Yes.
While I was single, or to be thinking, I wish someone else had advised me. It's basically things that I've learned over the years that I wish that probably maybe my mother, maybe other older women older than me had said. Yeah, because it's also based on some of the mistakes that I've made. You know, just basically everything I've learned over the years. Yes.
And I really feel you on that one, because even me myself, sometimes I feel like I wish I knew about this when I was a little bit younger, or someone told me about this thing before.
True.
So, yeah. So you have learned a lot of things, you know, throughout your life. I don't know how old you are. I'm not going to ask you that.
It's all right.
But what is the one thing that has stood out for you in life?
God is everything.
God is
when
everything.
all is said and done, you rise and fall based on your belief and what you know about God. Because even basically most of the lessons that I've articulated in the book have all got to do with God. Because even if you're pursuing a career or family or whatever it is, it all has something to do with God. God has something to say about it. He's been there since I was born, even before. So he has something to say about everything. Yeah, basically that's it.
Yeah.
Even my first chapter in the book is why God, because for sure it is only God who makes everything make sense. Yeah.
And speaking of chapter 1 of your book, you're talking about the fear of God and why it's very important. Why is it important to fear God?
Because...
And what does fearing God mean? Because, you know, there's fear, then there's
True.
Obedient, just being obedient.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, basically even the fear that I'm talking about is more of obedient. It's not so much the, oh, I'm afraid he's going to strike me dead or something like that. But the fear of God is like having that thought at the back of my mind. For me to make any decision, I want to be able to consult a higher power. Because when all is said and done, you know, there's some things that are not so clear, like they are not so clear-cut, like should I go this way or should I not go this way? Is this right or wrong? So some things you need someone else to tell you this is right or wrong. Two, I also don't know everything.
You're still learning.
Yes, I'm still learning, and I'll keep learning. Actually, I'm sure even the day I'll be dying, I'll also be learning something. So this person who's been there since then, you know, they have something to say about everything. Yeah, so that's why it's important to consult them. No one is bright enough to lead their own lives. Yeah.
All right. And in the same chapter, you're talking about why it's important to have a vision in life.
True.
Yes. And you have broken it down to 6
different
areas. Yeah. So kindly just take us through the 6 different areas, please.
Yeah. As a life coach, I train on how to craft a vision for your life. And the vision is broken down into 6 different areas. There's something that's called a wheel of life. So what it does is to help you craft your area, to help you look at your life in the different areas, so that you're not doing well in one area and failing in the other. Like you'll, for example, find someone else who's probably a very good athlete. They're very good at what they do, which is their career, but their family is failing, or spiritually, they're not doing so well. So for you to live a balanced life, you have to be able to see your area from all the 6 areas of life, so that you're able to maybe grade yourself. Maybe in my career, I'm not doing so well, but in my family, I'm doing this well, so that you're able to, you know, what to work on and what not to work on, what to balance. So the 6 areas are: 1, spiritual. So, so the basic understanding is why gain the whole world and lose your own soul, you know? Then the other one is career. When all you said and done, a career is what helps you to make money and, you know, to fund all these other areas. You can't, even in church, by the way, you have to give. So you have to make the money. 2, there is family. why have this whole life and there's no one to share it with? You know, for you to have to live a balanced life and a happy life, you need to have people around you. The other one is mental. It's your mental development. You don't want to be a rich fool. You know, like you're interacting with people and you're this rich fool that no one wants to deal with. Yeah. Then the other one is health. Why gain the whole world and, you know, lose your own health? And then the last one would be your relationships now with other people. You also want, you know, other people like your mentors, the people that you know, your peers, you know, people just who are there for you. Yeah. So those are the 6 areas of life.
Right. So it's spirituality, career, mental health.
What did I say?
Spirituality. Body. Mental.
Career, finances, and did I say relationships?
No.
Yeah, and relationships,
okay.
Yes.
Perfect, okay. So also in the same book, you're talking about the challenges that face a young girl, and culture being one of them.
True.
Have you been faced by this in any way?
Yes. Do
you mind just sharing with us?
Well, in the book, I articulate some of the things that I've been told over the years, being maybe over like 30 years old and not married. So you are always hearing these things about, oh, by the time you get to, like when I was in my teens, for example, like older men would try to ask you out and you refuse, and then they tell you by the time you get to 25, you'll be so old, you'll be running after us. Then you get to 30, they tell you, just wait, you get to 40, you will see. You know, all those other things, people who are trying to make you feel as if you're late. Then there are other things. Then apart from that, you also, there's the issue of the biological clock. You're always reminded the biological clock is ticking.
Yes. Especially now when you start reaching your 25s, and like, yo, time is going by the time you're 28.
Yes. So there are many things that you're told anyway. Like even in terms of a career, if you don't have a car by the time you're this age,
if you don't have a house, a stable job.
You don't graduated by the time you're probably 22, 23, which did not even happen for me. I graduated way after. So, you know, all these things, there's too much pressure. If you're not strong enough to stand by your own ground, by the way, you'll just fall. So you need to come to a place where you believe in yourself, and you know, you just know life is at your own pace, and I move at my own pace. Yeah, so basically that's all I would like, because the book is in form of a letter to a girl. So I'm just trying to tell my daughter, relax.
Take your time.
Yeah, you know, like these things, they'll just fall into place at some point.
And you know, like when we talk about careers, there's so much pressure, especially on young women, you know, to it's like you're competing with the man. And then again, at the same time, you lose yourself while at it. And you forget your role as a woman. Yeah. So do you really think that society has installed this pressure intentionally on the woman?
Yes, it is. But what I realize is that the pressure even in the society is more maybe in the media or something, because when I talk to now normal people like you and me or older women, they tell me, no, relax, these things will happen, And then when I'm listening to the radio and TV, they all
you get the pressure from there. And you know, like I always feel like even those who are married, because I have a couple of friends who are married, and they always keep on telling me, Sarah, take your time.
That's the thing.
Take your time. Do not rush to anything, you know.
Yes, that's true. It's true. It's true. It depends on who you're listening to anyway, basically. Because if you listen to the media and maybe many other people, like like some men, usually they're the ones who tell you, oh, by the time you're 40, you'll be falling all over us. No. But when you talk to women and maybe older men, they're like, relax, these things will happen.
Okay. And you raised the issue of your future daughter or your unborn daughter just taking their time when it comes to marriage. Please just take your time. Take your time. But at the same time, I think we should not also just miss the point of, you know, like you should always have marriage in your head, right? Do you agree with me? Or
I agree.
Or what does take your time mean?
Yeah, like even when I'm writing this, I'm writing to a daughter that I don't have yet. Okay. So I'm I'm also thinking about my daughter and my marriage and all that. But you see, the thing is, you have to plan. Life is, everyone has to plan, and we plan each and every stage in life. So you can't, so it's not like I'm a man basher, you know, like I'm anti-man or anything. No, I do want to get married at some point. It's just that I don't want to rush. Like just recently, I went for their wedding maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. Now they're divorcing and marrying a girl.
Oh,
I
goodness.
know,
And that's happening a lot, you know.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, hey, looking back,
what
I'm
is
glad
going on?
I did not walk down that road.
I totally do feel it, because I'm seeing very young marriages, you know, like, and especially as the young people, you know, we get into a marriage and then 2 months, 3 months down the line, you want out. Like, you're like, you know what? No, this is really not meant for me. But I also feel like maybe we haven't been prepared and we haven't been given the pros and cons, or what really to expect when you're getting in there. Because most people are thinking when you get into a marriage or any kind of a relationship, it's all going to be roses. But also it's because also of the things that we are being told, you know, like it's okay, it's good, you know, it's happily ever after. Cinderella story, right? Yeah, so do you think we actually do lack mentors? And apart from mentors, do you think we lack role models who are actually in very strong marriages that can talk to us as young people just to encourage us about how to handle a marriage?
Actually, we do. You know, the first thought when I wanted to write this book, I wanted to write it from a point of view of a happy marriage. So what I did, I went out and tried to interview people I thought had good marriages.
It all together,
So maybe I talked to one couple that was recently married. They don't have children yet, one with children. And I realized that one, they're not willing to tell me their story. They're not willing to share with me like what exactly what is happening in their marriages. Two, or you look too closely, then you realize, oh, it's not that good after all.
And they don't talk about even the bad things, you know, like it's good to talk about these bad things as well.
Yes, so we need people. Now maybe probably when I get married, then I'll write that book about how to get a good one and stay in a good one. But we also, we do need it, we do need it. But then now after I've published the book, I get to interact now with people who now many other people I had not interacted with then. And tell me, oh no, by the way, I waited until I was 40, I waited until I was whatever age. And yeah, it's not a bed of roses, but it's also good in this way and in this way. Yeah, so just take your time. As long as it's the good person, you will have a good one. But it's not 100% like lovey-dovey all the time.
Absolutely. True. Absolutely. True. Yeah. Plus also, you know, I was just talking to someone who was seated right there, and they were saying, before you get into any relationship or even marriage, you need to know the purpose. What is your purpose? Like, what exactly do you vision for this particular marriage? And, you know, the other thing that has been brought up over and over again is the issue of men not being able to handle an independent woman. And by an independent woman is a very successful woman who has a career, who has it all together. And men are not being groomed to handle that kind of a woman. We've paid so much attention on the girl child and forgotten about the boy child. Do you think that's true? What's your view on that?
You know, another feedback I'm getting with the book, you need to write one for the boy.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm told. Okay, yeah, maybe. I don't know. To some extent, even I've interacted with some men, I'm thinking, hey, why haven't you liked this one? I have done this since I was probably 20 or something. But they don't know. But at the same time, I think also the fact that, like you had said, you need to first of all have a vision for your life. Once I know what my vision for my life is, it's easy for me to be able to see if this other person, they align with it. Because the problem comes in when we get together, I did not know what I wanted, you did not know. And then we meet and realize, Allah, they don't meet. So, but if they had met before, maybe we would have, we would have known from the word go. So I think the fact that even women sometimes don't know what they want in life. Yeah. So there's that problem.
And the importance of finding yourself first and loving yourself and understanding yourself before you can accommodate someone else.
And the issue of vision is not only for women, it's also for men. So everyone needs to have a vision for their lives. Okay.
So the other thing that you're tackling on there is peer pressure on your unborn child. Yes. And there's a lot of peer pressure right now, and every single time when I'm actually thinking about my unborn child, whatever she is, may God bless her. But I'm scared because we live in this day and age where social media really does influence and it kind of shapes the society. It's now being used to shape the society. And I'm like, by the time we get our children, I don't know how it's going to be or how crazy it's going to be. And now, to you and in reference to your book, what peer pressures are you fearing your daughter to be put under?
Oh, there's a lot of peer pressure, and by the way, I have every intention to keep writing. And whatever I see,
you put it down again.
Now something like posting your photos, nude photos, or such things.
Yes, and that's very common.
You know, these socialites, they make you think you can actually make a career out of that life. I do not want my daughter to grow up and hope for, you know, a career in such a thing. Yeah, so those are some of the things I even highlight in the book, that for real, if you're going to aim for a career that is worthwhile, not some of those things that, you know, And
with the peer pressure comes competition, and there's a lot of competition in women.
Yes.
And now that actually brings me to the next question, which is women competing against each other and women supporting each other. Do you think we always support each other as women? Or we have a long way to go? Be honest.
Actually,
it's a Monday morning.
By the way, you know, women have been quite supportive. Even with the book and what I'm doing, even my mentors, some of them are women. So they do support each other. But I think competition it cuts across. Even men's, that's why they say we are too independent, because they feel intimidated. I think competition is either way.
Okay, so now we go to cultivating your thoughts, which is on your book.
Okay.
Yes, just take us through that chapter and what exactly it meant.
Cultivating your thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's basically what I'm saying is you need to be able to control your thoughts, because like, for example, the reason why I was reading this book and said that most of the women who are heartbroken, they actually did break their own hearts.
Really?
Yeah, because as much as the men lead you on, we also do it by ourselves. You know, for example, someone is even married and you still are, you know, it's rather obvious it's not going anywhere. But you keep forcing issues, So the thing is, I need to be able to control my thoughts. Like, for example, if he's not asking me to be his girlfriend or his boyfriend or his wife.
It's an undefined relationship. But you're still there hoping.
It's good to just look at it and, you know, tell yourself, by then this is not going anywhere. And if it gives you the hint that for sure he's not available, take it. Take it
from the word go.
Yes, take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it all starts by your thoughts. Yeah, the fact that if you can control your thoughts, you can really control your emotions, first of all, because emotions come from what we are thinking about.
Yeah, but there's also a saying that goes like, nothing good comes easy. So when you're right there in the gray area, just keep on at it, right?
Not quite. From experience, by the way, if he's not available, he's not available.
If he's not, he's not. Okay, all right. Now, speaking of a married couple, most of the time, even your own parents will tell you marriage is not easy. Even when you know for sure things are not working out, they will tell you, you need to hang in there. Hang in there. What do you do in such situations when you know for sure it's not really working out, but there's this pressure from your parents and from your church and from your friends telling you that you need to stick to your man?
You know, my spiritual background tells me you're sticking in there. But also, I think it also depends on the situation. One, I think it's very personal. Like, for example, if there's an issue of your life, if someone is abusive or something, I wouldn't force you or tell you to leave, to stay or even leave, because I think this is also a decision that someone has to make by themselves. I think it also depends on the situation. It's not easy for me to give a clear-cut answer: leave, don't leave. I think it requires for a little bit more of understanding, and also this other person knowing what they want and the situation, understanding it, then they decide for themselves. Yeah.
And I guess now this is where emotional intelligence comes in, that you must know exactly what is good for you, even without your parents or your friends or the church trying to influence you. And speaking of the church, how much has the church influenced the young girl child?
For me personally, it has influenced me a lot, because even like my stand even on waiting and blah blah blah, it has everything to do with what I've been taught from the Bible and also in the church, through the church. So I don't know about, I wouldn't speak for the girl child in general. I can only speak for myself, because I don't have the statistics yet. But I think I don't know. You know, the state of the nation reflects on the church. So if we have issues in the nation, it's because we have issues in the church too. So if we have issues with the girl child, we also have issues with what the church is teaching the girl. So I wouldn't say they are doing quite exactly what they're supposed to be doing. the church is supposed to be doing. But yeah, that's why some people like me are here
Okay.
to come and try and, you know, add on to it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's a chapter that you're talking about timekeeping and good manners for a girl child. Yes, if you could just take us through that and what exactly good manners means for a girl.
Okay. Basically, that chapter is all about general manners in life. You know, things that we all, like when I was growing up, we were taught, but when you look at children to these days, it's like, I'm not sure they're being taught anyway. I don't have children, but, you know, it's something like just, hello, please, may I, please, can I give you my seat in case, you know, if it's an elderly person. So these things, they make the society run smoothly. So they might probably not give you a job or, you know, but they might not probably give you money or anything, but it makes the society, it makes it easier for me to live with you. Like, for example, how to hold your nose when to hold your mouth when you're sneezing or something. You know, such small things. Yeah, that's what I mean by good manners.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're the standard good manners which have been there before until now.
Yes.
But there are also, I think there are also manners that have changed with time, because even time has, you know, changed, and, you know, we are doing things differently, you know, like, for example, getting married at a certain age, and a woman being told that they have to be in the kitchen 24/7. That's where they belong, you know. Some things have changed. So where do you draw the line as an author and also as a motivational speaker?
Actually, the things I would highlight are only the things that I believe in. Something like being in the kitchen, I'm not sure that applies till today, because I think you should also have a career, and also I cook. No, I'm not saying you don't cook, but it's just that that's not where I live 24/7. So, but manners, something like saying hello and please, you know, that one, no matter, I think even
Standard.
10 years from today, 100 years from today, it will still be relevant.
And excuse me.
Yes,
like
and
that.
excuse me, it will still be relevant.
All right. So let's talk about the last chapter of the book, which you're talking about, what if?
Yes.
Yes. Take us through that, please. It's actually one of my very favorites, because I was going through it, I was like, yes, this one, this is it. This is it, yes.
Yeah, what if, you know, the book, because it's all advising, how you need to live your life, because for it to turn out well. But, you know, sometimes life happens. You wake up and you made a mistake, or things did not go as you had planned. So what I'm asking is, what if? What if you wake up and, you know, you don't have the career you had envisioned? What if you wake up and you have a child out of wedlock? What if, you know, I'm just trying to say, no matter what situation you find yourself in, there is hope for you. So I try to bring in the analogy of the five different women in the Bible. One of them was a prostitute, another one was an unmarried woman, another one was an adulterer, you know, all that. So I try to say, no matter what situation you find yourself in, there is hope for us all. The one who has, the young girl who has not made many mistakes, the widow, everyone, there is hope for everyone.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
That's
really amazing, and I think we should just end it there, because if we add anything, we'll just be spoiling. Thank you so much for coming. It was such an honor just to have you and to, you know, talk about your book and to dissect it and just understand what it is all about. So where can people get this book?
They can log on to my site, Bold Life Consult. From there, they will see our phone number and even make orders from there.
Okay.
Yes.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thanks to you. And I think you should get the book. It's an amazing book. You know, before he comes, how to prepare yourself for that particular moment as a woman. That's where we end Rise and Shine right now. But